Welcome to Crime Time News and Entertainment with a Buzz. So the long anticipated venue of where Vybz Kartel's concert, Freedom Street, is going to be held was announced. It is a national stadium, Kingston, Jamaica. That is what most persons with any sorts of sense would have thought, because it is a central venue. It is also partitioned. So therefore, you could easily fit the different prices for the different section, meaning bleachers, meaning grandstand, meaning V, meaning VIP, meaning skybox. That is going to be on the ground. So persons are saying, ratted, this is going to be a big show, and rightfully so. The fact that Vybz Kartel has been incarcerated for 13 years, maybe 14 years in which he had any sorts of concert, not even close to this. Now this kind of answers the question in why Vybz Kartel probably did not do the show by himself. Vybz Kartel has never kept a big show of this magnitude for himself. He is not familiar with the organization and logistics that goes into a show like this. On the other hand, his partner, business partner, meaning Scatter, meaning Joe Bogdanovich, experience as it pertains to Sumfest and other big shows. Not only the physical show, but also on the internet. Therefore, you can have some sorts of pay-per-view that persons all over the world can view this. Don't know what is the split or the share as it pertains to that. We just heard that Vybz Kartel got about 4 million or so for the whole tour. So therefore, that is between two business partners. So people are saying, wow, this is going to be huge. However, people, I am here to tell people, and I don't want to put any sorts of damper upon anything. Along with the success that Vybz Kartel is getting, we see that there's also the hate. So I say this to say that you sleep on Mark DEATH. Just know that the fact that Joe is the person that is promoting this show, Joe is going to do everything to make sure that everybody who forget pay off, everybody that is supposed to be in place, meaning security, guarding persons' property as in their vehicle, and make sure that people can come and go in and out of the venue without any sorts of hindrance, any sorts of problem, specifically getting hurt or even getting KILLED. But people, you and I know the Jamaica that we live in, anything and everything is not going to go according to plan. There is always going to be some sorts of hiccups, especially whenever you have haters that don't want to see you succeed. So I say this to say that we can best believe that the popo, they are going to be out there lurking. And I'm not going to say that the popo is going to be out there just antagonizing people for no sorts of reason. And this is not to say that they won't, but me just say they are going to think that whenever you have a bunch of unruly dancehall fans in a one proximity, close proximity, the propensity or the likely possibility that these people are going to kick off for whatever reason is either them they're under the influence of J. Ray and Neville, is either two set of people buck up. Things are going to get FUCKED up. And people, this is my disclaimer. I am no sorts of false prophet like most of the false prophets that you see out there making all sorts of prediction and giving advice. I am just speaking as somebody that is on the street, somebody that knows our Jamaican people, how them act, knows how the haters act, and know exactly what to expect. It is going to be plain as day. So I say this to say that the popo or the haters might not be out there instigating or just antagonizing people. They are going to lay in the cuts and wait for these people to FUCK up like they usually do. So me just say, If you know, say you have problem with other people in some sorts of gang, is either you stay at your yard. Don't bring your tool with you and this apply. Well, I can't tell them that because they're not going to listen. But me just say, as soon as something pop off, best believe persons are going to be out there undercover just waiting for pop you off too. And this video is not to scare anybody off. I did not get any sorts of dream. Me never get any sorts of vision like me say. I am no sorts of prophet. I cannot interpret or anticipate what is going to happen. This is just my opinion. I am just saying. The promoters of the show, knowing how Joe and Scatter are, they are going to make the right preparation as it pertains to security. But these little iggers, they just don't know how to act. So my views and opinion is based on all the hate that we see being spewed out there by all the cartel hate groups. And based on the mindset of the people of Jamaica, especially dancehall fans. That is a bad combination, haters and people with a war mindset. So I just say, don't give the critics anything to go and report about and say, see, I told you so. In other words, hope for the best, but expect the worst. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that dancehall legend Buju Banton and the promoters of his Overcome tour, they are a bit concerned. They are a bit concerned about the tour dates that are being cancelled. They are a bit concerned in that the amount of persons that are attending the shows has kind of fizzled down drastically. Based on the information, it is said that there were at least 5 other shows cancelled. 1 show in Inglewood, 1 show in Houston, 1 show in Dallas, 1 show in Chicago, and another place. It is said that of lately, a show that is supposed to have been held in Boston on August 30th at the TD Gardens, that is cancelled. A show in Philadelphia that is also cancelled for the 1st. A show in Hartford, Connecticut, that is also cancelled for the 6th. So people were talking about 8 shows just in a little short space. When you look at the shows in Boston, that is August, Philadelphia, September 1st, Hartford, September 6th, we have to also understand that when it comes to New York, Hartford, Philly, and then Connecticut are in close proximity. So what you might have found is that those 2 shows that were held, maybe the people from them places also attended those shows in New York. As it pertains to Dallas, Houston, Chicago, and places like that, I am not sure if they have enough Jamaican or dancehall people to support those venues, which are arenas. Now, one of the major concerns that Buju Banton and his tour and his PR team are concerned about is that we see that a lot of artists, not only dancehall artists, the likes of the elder artists, such as even a Jennifer Lopez, they've had a couple of cancellations on their tour dates. So what persons are saying that this is not isolated to just Buju Banton, it is everywhere across the board, based on the economics, based on persons' economic situation. So therefore, if these artists can make the price more reasonable and not try to pretty much KILL people, go for the big bucks, then maybe it might work. Maybe if that good combination, meaning the location, meaning logistics, meaning the type of fan base for the type of artist with the good price, then maybe it might be successful. However, when you put the price at a certain threshold, then you are going above what persons are willing to pay. So this is what we call the law of supply and demand, and most importantly, the market value, what you are worth. What is the sacrifice? What is the maximum that persons are willing to pay to see X artist at X time at X venue? Is it going to be worth it when they weigh the pros and cons? Is they or are they willing to pay that price to see that artist at that specific time? Is that artist actually worth the sacrifice? It seems as if Buju Banton and his team and the promoters of this show kind of got it wrong. Hopefully they can readjust and make it better for the next tour. Hopefully they get a next chance to make it right. But people like them say, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is quite obvious that a lot of these social media personality, whenever you become a public persona, you have to take the good with the bad. And it seems as if Shorty is learning the very hard way because she has been getting the brunt of the beating and the bashing as it pertains to Vybz Kartel's son. So since Vybz Kartel came out, we've seen that he has linked up with his sons, the big son, Addy, and the next one, Little Vibe or Little Addy, whatever them name. And you know, as it pertains to Vybz Kartel, everything that he does, people scrutinize it. People have it under a microscope. So people are say like the JPS commercial, how comes we not see the youngest son, where him name Iko Dan or something like that? So because Vybz Kartel is not answering these questions and because people know say Vybz Kartel and also Shorty are not linking up, whenever they get an opportunity, whenever Shorty makes herself present to get the brunt of those questions or those critiques, then them start to ask, yes, it seems as if a true what them must say, Shorty did a get Vybz Kartel bun and the actual third son is a jacket and a Vybz Kartel and a Addy Daddy. Well, people, it seems as if Vybz Kartel has been seeing all of those posts, all of those questions, all of those Gaza concern. So therefore, he made himself available and made a couple of posts with himself and the son, picture on your screen, posing up together in some sorts of house. Now, people, do you see the pros and the cons of being famous, being a personality on social media? Is that you are a public figure, so therefore you are at the mercy, you are at the scrutiny of everybody on social media, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifference. So it seems as if Vybz Kartel and Shorty are actually linking up under the quiet. Now, people, may not say there's any sorts of hanky-panky going on, but it seems as if what we are seeing on social media, as if Vybz Kartel and Shorty are arch enemies, it is not so. It seems as if they've come to some sorts of compromise and say we need to coexist as parents. So therefore, Vybz Kartel see what is going on. To take off some of the bashing of Shorty, he decided to make these posts, and rightfully so. Now, people, here's the thing as parents. It does not matter if the relationship went way, way left. The priority or concern is always going to be the child. So therefore, if you're there with the devil as a man or you're there with the devil as a woman, once you have picnic, those picnic or children are supposed to be your priority. So therefore, you need to co-parent, you need to coexist for the betterment of those children and people. It seems as if that is what Vybz Kartel decided to do based on what he see transparent on social media, with Shorty getting the hell of BASHING, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.